way that I was brought up as a Māori, we were brought up to look after our environment, to look after the sea, which is Tangaroa, to look after the sky, Ranginui, to look after Papatūānuku, our Mother Earth. And in saying that, Cleanstream, what the Cleanstream does is, and what we are as human beings, are kaitiaki. We're called the kaitiaki of Papatūānuku, which is Mother Earth. We're the caretakers of Mother Earth. And if that's the way that is the way that I've been brought up with, that is the way that my forefathers have thought about it, that is the way that the forefathers taught us, and in doing so, we need to carry on the traditional way of the Māori people by looking after and keeping an eye on the environment of our Aotearoa, me te whenua.
We've got a unique situation and a real opportunity on Waiheke to be the best in the world about how you manage waste in a remote or an island community. And so we've got an opportunity to do more than just look after the rubbish. We've got an opportunity to be the innovators and the inspirers and the little laboratory where you test stuff out that can solve waste problems for all around the world. And that's the vision that we have of the company.
In 1998, the Waste Resource Trust was set up by a whole bunch of concerned people on the island. We realised that with all our waste going straight to landfill, we weren't doing anything for the environment and we weren't doing anything for our economy either. Because there's a whole bunch of people who think if we've got control of our waste stream, we've got control of some of the jobs that we can provide in our community. So what happened was that that bunch of volunteers started to do some survey work, and they looked at what was going into the rubbish and realised that about 75% of it could be diverted, either food waste or recyclable material. We didn't have curbside recycling in those days. Everything went straight into the compactors. So using that information, they also did an attitude and behaviour survey. So they set it up with University of Auckland, surveyed the population, and it was about a 98% response rate said they wanted to recycle. So that's when Cleanstream was formed. And so Cleanstream is part of the Waste Resource Trust.
One of the things that we suffer from as a company is that we were founded on a shoestring, or less than a shoestring, actually a borrowed shoestring. In order to form a company which is owned by the community, 5 of us had to put our houses up, or in Gary's place he had to put his mum and dad's house up because he didn't have one of his own, as security for the loans. I mean, we've paid those loans off now, but there's been a terrific amount of voluntary effort. Tens of thousands of hours have gone in.
And our trustees are just amazing people. You know, we've got engineers, we've got lecturers, we've had, you know, people with PhDs in waste and waste management, environmental planning. All these sorts of people have been trustees at one time or another and still are. So we've been really lucky. We've been able to forge partnerships with university students under engineering projects in communities to develop our glass crushing processes and our biodiesel plants. And we're doing more stuff with them.
I work with a very innovative group of people who have lots of brilliant ideas. To be able to carry them all out is probably beyond our capacity.
The Trust is a fantastic testament to volunteer effort. You know, it's a group of people who've been working together now for 11 years. No payment. In fact, we frequently have to put our own hands into our own pockets to fund ideas that the Trust gets up to, but real commitment.
We're really lucky that we have these dynamic, generous people who provide their time to lead things like the Waste Resource Trust, and the others who are dynamic and generous with their time, who are prepared to promote the message.
The Waste Resource Trust started. Now they've done the real work, they really have. They've had the expertise, they've had people of intelligence there, and they put in enormous amounts of work not just on the logistics of recycling, but the financial side as well. So once the Waste Resource Trust got going, and then the Cleanstream, business side of it, recycling really happened.
In 2001, July, Cleanstream got the contract to introduce curbside recycling here on the island.
We didn't realise how much recycling we would get that very first day, because it just changed from practically nothing to the whole island doing all of it, and it was just unbelievable the amount that came in. So of course we had to start adapting the place to what was coming in and how we were going to sort it and the best way to do it.
And about 7 months into it, we realised that we're going to have to really educate our community before we made some really big reductions in what we were sending to Auckland landfills. So Glenda and I were employed to work with schools and the businesses and the community to basically raise awareness about what we could do to reduce the amount of waste that we make. So in terms of what we've been doing with education, we've been trying to create fun and excitement around recycling and reducing and reusing. So that's where Junk to Funk came from. It's a great way to get all our local people involved in it. It gets the schools, businesses and the community all involved in an exciting project to reduce and reuse waste.